Hi everyone, my name is Melissa. Thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to be doing a book review for you, and we're looking at Jim Crace's novel Harvest. So Jim Crace is an English novelist born here in the UK, and he came out with this book in 2013, which was shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize. What's interesting about it is many times we go shopping and we buy a book based on maybe, with our smartphones we can pick something up in terms of what we read, in terms of reviews, or we can pick something up because of the jacket cover. So I think what I'm going to do for you today is I'm going to read just basically what the jacket cover is and tell you whether the book delivered on that or not, okay? So, as late summer steals in the final pearls of barley are gleaned, a village comes under threat. A trio of outsiders, 2 men and a dangerously magnetic woman, arrives on the woodland borders and puts up a makeshift camp. That same night, the local manor house is set on fire. Over the course of 7 days, Walter Thirsk seeks his hamlet unmade, the harvest blackened by smoke and fear, the new arrivals cruelly punished, and his neighbours held but captive on suspicion of witchcraft. But something even darker is at the heart of the story, and he will be the only man left to tell it. So there are no spoilers in my review, lucky for you. So this book has, for me, 3 main themes going on. Pastoral, there's a lot of description about the farmlands, there is that overburdening kind of concern about witchcraft, and for Walter, the main character, there is a sense of duty that he's confronted with. The structure of the story is really chronological. There are no flashbacks into time when he recalls bits of his past, which is a little bit nice in terms of its progressiveness. He is the main narrator. You don't get the story from anybody else's point of view. So it's quite, easy to follow in terms of the plot. There is a bit of complexity in terms of the language. So if you are wanting, many books are criticized these days for not having that level of complexity in vocabulary and in description. This book covers that. It's really well written for the language. It delivers on that language quality. And, I think in many ways to embellish that language, the storyline has been some ways compromised. I'll share with you a little bit of what that language looks like. So I'll read my favorite quote or small section. So this is a part of the book. It's almost, 3/4 way through. And Walter is alone in a cottage and he's recalling this mysterious woman and this friend that he's made, and he's having thoughts of them. And this is what he says. And I'm bothered by the thought, the tormenting drama, actually, of that cropped head of Mr. Quill, his friend's, bent chest. I almost put his lips on hers. I almost see his graceless body, barred as white as moonlight, in her arms. I am so bothered that I placate the tension with my hands, alone in Widow Goose's bed, where so many times of late the tensions have been stroked away by her. Of course, I'm left more bleak than I began. My loneliness is evidenced in wasted seed and empty cottages. That's maybe the most lyrical description of masturbation that I have come into contact with to date. So as you can see, there is a complexity and a richness of language, which certainly delivers. And this is why I give Crace's latest novel 2-star, because for me, a review is based on more than just the language. It needs that storyline. It needs that meaningful message at the end. It needs to be punchy in its delivery. And I need to leave feeling I can recommend this book to someone and actually be able to connect with it in a very deep and meaningful way. So Crace's novel, while lovely, the words are great, but they're not really going to make me remember verbatim why I like the book. So 2 out of 5 star. Join me again. Subscribe to my channel below. Leave any comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.